Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm here to give Earth sign singles, so Taurus Virgo Capricorn, a mid-month check-in for January 2019 and see how it's going for my Earth signs. Single Earth signs. What messages do they need here for the rest of January? Hope everybody is having a great first month of the year. I did have some flyers, so I'm just going to grab those really quick. All right, and let's get started. So we have, first card to come out is the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is, and I think this might be you in the reading here because the Pentacles are typically for Earth signs, but doesn't have to be. It's the energy of holding on to something really tightly, not wanting to let it go. Maybe like could be being cheap. It could be just really, really not being able to let go of something and kind of controlling it. See how she's holding on super tight to those, and she has that one on her head and in front of her. She's very concerned about losing any one of those pentacles, in other words. And so if one were to fall from the sky, she wouldn't be able to actually grab it. So after that card, we had the Fool. So maybe there's something that you have been able to let go of recently. With the Four of Pentacles first and then the Fool, it's like, sorry, like this. So it's like something you had once held on to really, really tightly, and now you're able to kind of let it go. That's what I'm picking up from this, Earth signs. So after that, we have Queen of Swords. So that kind of plays along with this. So it's like being able to let go and cut the things out that haven't been serving you. Maybe the thoughts or ideas that you've had, maybe they just aren't belief systems that suit you anymore. And you're starting to see that. And so after you've kind of let go, you realize, all right, well, swords, they're communication or like thoughts, mental. So it's like you now know what serves you, and you were able to cut out what hadn't. After that, we had the Tower in reverse. So it's like, honestly, and that's what it looks like when it came out upside down, but here it is in the upright. Pretty cool card in this deck, I think. But anyway, it being in reverse, it's like you were able to avoid the Tower having to happen, because the Tower only happens when we've been kind of resisting some sort of change. Typically when we maybe just didn't know that down the road that would affect something that was one of our soul contracts before coming into this life, right? So sometimes it's hard to see that when we're like so entangled into what our life isn't, you know, and think we know what we want and we're doing one thing and it's not working. Not realizing that, you know, if you can resist for a while, you can prolong it, make it a little more difficult. But if it is part of your soul contract and it's part of your path and you're getting too far away, then the Tower has to come in and change things up so that it can get you closer back to where you belong. So it's like you were able to see what wasn't serving you, what you had been holding on to tightly, and you realized all that you were missing because you weren't going to be able to hold anymore with that white knuckle grip on that, right? So then you were able to embody the energy of the Fool and just let go of it and take like a leap of faith, okay? You learned what it is and why it isn't serving you, and you know which ones those are in your life now, and you know which beliefs do serve you, and you've cut out what was necessary, and you're going with the new one that you were able to actually get back to authenticity, because you embodied the Fool. You let go of what you've been told, or what maybe you just didn't realize that you had maintained some sort of belief that just maybe worked at one time and now it isn't anymore. So after, then you were able to avoid the Tower coming in and setting you straight, because of you were actually able to realize this yourself this time, which is awesome, because most of the time it's the other way around, right? And I feel like we could all say that. Four of Cups, that is going to be after all of this. So maybe things don't happen quite as quickly as you want. Maybe you know what it is, but emotionally you're just not feeling like you're getting out of something what you wanted. See how the Four of Cups, she's like sitting in this like crystal cave, and she's got these 3 cups in front of her, and then there's this like little alien guy, astronaut, who's like trying to hand her this cup, and she's like, no, I don't want it. I don't even want what I have. So it's like you don't feel like emotionally satisfied right away. Maybe I think it could just be like feeling like you could be like, you know, that you did the right thing. Maybe maybe things just aren't coming as fast as you had hoped. Maybe it came in a different package than what you thought it would look like. These are all possibilities. This one just kind of slid off before I started shuffling, so I'm not going to take it. But let's get an advice card here for my Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn friends. Single in love. What's a final outcome advice card here for my Earth signs? Thank you for the messages that I have received so far. How can my Earth sign single friends in love handle this situation the best? This one flew out. So we have Ace of Swords. So that Queen of Swords and then this Ace of Swords. So this is like a new perspective. Maybe what you really want could be right in front of you, and you just aren't seeing it because it didn't come in the package that you had expected it to. Maybe you need a new perspective or a new set of glasses to look through to see that it might be something right in front of you. Something that you've had all along, maybe that you just overlooked because of that old belief system. Now that you've cut out that and reestablished that authenticity, maybe it's time to start looking over some of the things that are around you, because it's like you have this new perspective, or you need to get one, because something is right in front of you and you aren't seeing it. So that is the reading for you, Earth signs. I really feel like sometimes things just don't happen as soon as we thought that they would, or maybe just like we thought they would. So it's like that, holding on to that mental picture and trying to just reevaluate it, look over it, establish whether or not that is something that you actually believe in your core. And if it is, awesome. If it's not, then maybe there's some tweaking you need to do to this mental picture. Because if it's right in front of you, either you just need to try to have an open mind and look at things with a new perspective, or there is a new perspective coming in after you were able to do this letting go of something, and being able to realize the things that aren't serving you and cut them out, like the Queen of Swords. So I believe that after you avoid this Tower, because you're actually able to see something, and have that self-awareness in whatever situation this is relevant to for you, Earth signs, apply it as it fits. But after that, I feel like you're going to see a new perspective. You're going to have a new one, and maybe you're going to see that whatever was in front of you all along that you just didn't see because of some belief system that just wasn't serving you anymore. So that's a pretty good reading, I think, and I believe that you will do great, Earth signs, because you're so, stable, and you're able to really look at things objectively because you're grounded, or, if you're in a decent vibration, typically you can be pretty grounded. So I think that you have a better ability, not better, but sometimes more consistent, on being able to do that reevaluation without taking it personally before you ruin that chance for yourself. You are able to be like, okay, let me see. I'll take inventory and evaluate things and decide. So I have faith in you. I'm going to pull a oracle card to wrap things up for you Earth sign singles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Ooh, in love. Sorry about that. Let's get an end note message from our spirit guides and angels for Earth sign friends here, single and love. What do they need to hear for? An end note from you spirits. Ooh. The crumbling. What are you clinging to? Look at this card. I love it. Sorry, I don't know if you can read that or not. The crumbling. What are you clinging to? Because if you're clinging to the crumbling tower, you're going to go down with it. Just like being able to see that this tower is crumbling, what do? What do? You instantly say, hey, this brick that I'm holding on to isn't serving me anymore. It's going to make me fall. So you think, okay, and then you start to be able to actually find a solution. So, you know, again, there's something, either money or some tangible sort of thing, or just some really ingrained like old belief that sometimes you might not even realize. It's easy to like auto-tune over things like that on accident because we're just in such a like habit of doing so. We just never second guessed it. But it's a good time to take that inventory here. The second time in this reading that it's come up that maybe we're clinging on to something. So just take some inventory. Try to take a look at some of the things that you might not have taken time to look into before. And I hope the rest of this month is awesome. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. It all helps a lot. I'm just starting out, so hoping that I can help someone out there. And if it goes well, I will keep going. So tune back again for the Earth sign couples reading I will be doing here in a few days. So thank you.